Hey, Vicky, how's it hanging, girl? Whoop-dee-doo, it's me, Louise. You know, your childhood friend and favorite person in the whole wide world. Favorite person in the world? Like hell, seriously? You must be dreaming if you think that. Sure, we might have known each other as kids, but I wouldn't go as far as calling us friends. I regret the fact that we were even acquaintances, so the words Louise and friend most certainly do not go in the same sentence. How can you be deluded enough to believe I actually like you? I mean, geez, you were annoying even when we were kids. You say all that, my dear, but actions speak louder than words. You didn't block my number, did you? Which can only mean you think of me as your best friend in the whole wide world and can't bear the thought of a life without me in it. Believe me, the thought of a life without you in it sounds like paradise. No, the only reason I didn't block you yet is because I know you're so screwed in the head you'd go insane if you couldn't check up on me with your trivial, nonsensical messages every 5 minutes. I promise you, if the thought of you doing something crazy if I blocked you wasn't so terrifying, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Jeez, Vicky, how about you, take a chill pill for once? Anyways, I wanted to ask about that guy you started dating lately. I heard the rumors. Is it true? If so, I can't believe the Vixter finally got a boyfriend. How long has it been now? You know how long it's been, and why exactly has it been so long? Or did you forget about how you got involved with my last boyfriend 2 years back and ended up causing a bunch of drama that led to us breaking up? Huh? No recollection. Nope, I don't know a thing about why he dumped you after a steamy romp with a mystery girl down the alleyway by your house. Oh, so you're still proud of it then? You really are beyond saving. How many of my boyfriends have you interfered with by now? I literally lost count of how many of my relationships you screwed up. But it won't be happening again because I'm finally free of you. It was hard for me to muster up the motivation to even look for a guy with the thought of you sticking your nose in and messing things up for us, niggling away at me in the back of my mind. Anyway, will that be all? I don't want to speak to you. Hey, wait, I'm not done yet. There's so much I want to know. I have some other things to deal with, and my life is pretty hectic right now. Hey, Vicky. It's about that stuff we talked about before, about your boyfriend. For God's sake, Louise, what do you want now? I have enough on my plate without you bugging me. I don't need this right now. You know how much I hate you, don't you? Don't you? Please, just leave me alone. The only reason I reply to your messages at all is because I know there's a pretty strong chance of you coming to my house and causing a scene if I don't. But believe me, you're the last person on the planet I want to speak to. The truth is, you're not even worth a second of my time, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you'd leave me alone. This is exactly what you always do. You have such a funny way of insulting me. It cracks me up every time. You're the most unintentionally entertaining person I have ever met. Huh? What? Like, it makes me want to annoy you just to see what kind of crazy reaction I'll get. You're like the nerds in school who I used to get into trouble by quietly annoying them in class until they flipped out and got told off by the teacher. You seriously have a personality disorder. How can you not realize what a despicable human being you are? It's like, will she be hot? Will she be cold? Will she be needlessly and hilariously aggressive? Every time I speak to you, it's a roller coaster of emotions because I never know what kind of Vicky I'm gonna get. My God, you really are a pain in the ass. Fine, if that's how it is, I'm only gonna reply to you when I feel like I absolutely have to from now on. Huh? And so what if you do show up at my house? It just dawned on me that all I have to do is not answer the door and it's like you magically don't exist. If you do anything crazy, I'll just call the cops. Problem solved. The cops? As usual, you don't appear to have anything serious to talk to me about this time either, so we're officially done here. Wow! Stop being so cold, you big meanie! This is no way to speak to your childhood bestie and favorite person in the whole solar system. Let's chat some more, Vicky. Vicky, Vicky, Vicky! Besides, I want to hear all about your new boyfriend. Damn you, Vicky! Hey. So, you really do have a new boyfriend, huh? I had a feeling it was true. So it's him, is it? He is so my type. What should I do? I can't help but feel a mega hunk like him is wasted on someone like you. Is it finally time to make my move? Vicky, Vicky, Vicky! You just gonna carry on ignoring me? As your childhood best friend and favorite person in the whole universe, that makes me feel super duper mega lonely. But what you don't know is that blanking me like this has cost you something you hold very dear, something you'll never be able to take back. You don't know what it is yet, but you will soon. Should I give you a hint? It's about the thing you seem super reluctant to talk to me about. You know the one. You'll be happy to know my investigation proceeded swimmingly, and I found out everything I needed to. Who knows? The day I can finally reveal the good news could be just around the corner. I mean, I'd love to tell you if you finally replied to my messages, but we both know you're too damn stubborn to be an adult about this. Oh well, get excited, girl, because you're in for the surprise of a lifetime. You are so gonna want to reply when you hear this. Listen, Vicky, the thing is, I did it with your boyfriend. He was super forward with me. He really is macho, huh? Me and him have such amazing chemistry you wouldn't believe. It's like we were made for each other. And guess what? He says he prefers me to you now. He said, baby, I'll never let you go until the day we both die. With this hypnotized, spellbound look on his face. Isn't that romantic? I've been wanting to do this for ages. You have no idea how good it felt to hear him say that. Sorry for stealing your boyfriend again, loser. Huh? Hello? Can you read? I just said your boyfriend told me he likes me more than you. Louise, I don't have a boyfriend. Huh? I'm replying to you now because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and I'm mildly concerned you might have done something you might end up regretting. Seriously, who are you talking about? Oh, stop it, Vicky. I know that hunk you're always with is your boyfriend, so there's no point in trying to hide it. Who I'm always with? You always walk with him before and after work, right? I've seen you together. That was until recently. I bet he stopped talking to you all of a sudden, right? Am I right? That's because he's been spending all his time staying at hotels with me. Your eyes would pop out of your head if you knew about all the steamy fun we've been having together. And that's not all. When I asked him about his job, he said he was the son of the president of the company you guys both work at. There was me thinking I was just stealing your boyfriend, but I accidentally bagged myself a future CEO. I never cease to amaze myself. Anyway, now I know how rich he's set to become. I just have to marry him. Don't get in our way, okay? I know this is gonna suck big time for you, but it's time to accept you weren't good enough and move on. This guy you've been seeing, is his name Kelvin by any chance? Yep, like I even need to say it. You know exactly who I mean. Why ask me that, you dummy? Don't pretend you didn't know. Louise, I need you to calm down and listen to me. What? Kelvin used to be my stalker. Huh? There's no doubt about it. He is the son of our company's president, and it is looking like he's going to be the new CEO one day. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Huh? Dangerous? What do you mean? Oh, wait a sec. I know exactly what this is. I get it must be painful to have yet another boyfriend stolen by me. But our souls are connected now, which means I know him better than anyone. So your desperate lies aren't gonna wash with me. My Kelvin, dangerous? Give me a break. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. If you have the time to be jealous over my boyfriend, why not do something more productive with your grief and look for a new one of your own? Yo, Vicky! Where do you think I am right now? You'll never guess. I'm in Guam. Kelvin brought me here on a vacation. Also, I quit my job. Me and Kelvin getting married is pretty much set in stone at this point, so I figured there was no sense in me carrying on working my office cubicle job. When I told him I was bored with all this new free time I had on my hands, he brought me on vacation to Guam. Can you believe what a sweetheart he is? Wait, what am I saying? Of course you can. He used to be your boyfriend. Anyway, that's not all. Guess what? He paid for us to stay in the VIP suite at the top of the Duples Group Hotel. Oopsie. Looks like me and your ex are madly in love with each other and set to spend a week of steamy romance in luxury paradise. I would never have imagined my plan would go this well in a million years. Sucks to be you, huh, Vicky? I'm the happiest girl in the world. Vicky, help me! I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I never expected this to happen. No. Vicky, please, this is terrifying. Shut up. You're making my phone buzz like crazy and it's annoying me. Let me guess, your relationship isn't going as well as you thought it would? My relationship? No way, I broke up with Kelvin ages ago. Oh? I found another guy on a higher salary than him, so obviously I did what any girl would do in that situation and started dating him instead, but Kelvin won't stop following me. Wherever I go, he's there. Things were going so great with my next husband candidate, or at least they were, until Kelvin showed up while we were out to dinner and caused a huge scene in front of everyone and screwed everything up. He is ruining my life. I spend every waking moment in fear of what he'll do next. What the hell is with him? He's actually deranged. Good grief, I knew this would happen. Huh? I told you he was a stalker. I told you clearly and explicitly that he was stalking me and you chose to ignore it. How can you act surprised when he turns out to be a clingy weirdo? Wait, what? You were being serious about that? Why else would I say it? I thought you were just bad-mouthing him to get revenge on me because you were salty about being dumped. Whatever. From my perspective, this can only be a good thing. Thanks to you luring him away, he seems to have totally given up on me. He hasn't bugged me in weeks now. You have no idea how grateful I am for what you've done for me, Louise. He was making my life a living hell. What? But why didn't you tell me this before I got involved with him? I did. I told you he was dangerous. Go on, scroll up and look through the messages. It's all there. You're the one who ignored me and insisted you knew him better than anyone. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. How does the saying go? You made your bed, now lie in it. Oh my god. Fine, you were right. I admit it. You can have him back now. You will take him back, won't you? Excuse me? If you can tempt him back into your arms, he's sure to leave me alone. Don't you think that's a good idea? Tempt him back into my arms? What the hell are you talking about? We were never dating to begin with. Huh? So why were you together every single day? How can a guy and girl spend every single day together and not be dating? That's just weird. We weren't together. He was following me for the millionth time. What? We got put on the same team on a project at work a few months back. I guess he took a liking to me because he hasn't left me alone ever since. Well, until you came along and saved my butt, that is. Maybe in his mind he really was my boyfriend, but I can assure you, in reality, he most certainly was not. To me, he was nothing but a source of stress and a royal pain in the ass. Well, in that case, you must know how I feel. Help me. Nope. Why not? Because I despise you. Even in spite of that, I was still kind enough to try and warn you. It's not my fault you ignored me. I have no obligation to help you anymore. Get out of the mess you made by yourself. Oh my god! Vicky, I can't do this anymore. What should I do? Does this kind of crap actually happen outside of movies? Please respond, Vicky. I am begging you. I'm barely eating or sleeping with all the stress this psycho is putting me under. I know you'll help me if you know how bad my situation is. You're a kind person, aren't you? I'm serious. This is bad. I'm pregnant with Kelvin's baby. Hello? What should I do? You're the only person I have to rely on. My parents are no use. They divorced a while back when they both found out they were cheating on each other, and they're locked in a vicious divorce battle right now and don't even have time to talk to me. I don't have any brothers and sisters. I don't speak to any of my relatives. You're the only one I can rely on. My childhood friend, Vicky, please. I thought I was your favorite person in the world. I am begging you to help me. I'll do anything. Vicky, I'm begging you. Please respond. Vicky! I was in the middle of a drinking party with my work buddies when Louise started spam calling me. Due to a funny coincidence, Kelvin, the source of all her recent problems, also happened to be there. And in an even more amusing coincidence, my coworker, who was sitting right next to me, unintentionally caught a glimpse of the "Kelvin got me pregnant" message. By this point, my coworker was wasted, and before his rational brain could stop him, he yelled, "Kelvin, Louise is pregnant!" at the top of his lungs in front of all of our coworkers, causing an epically embarrassed Kelvin to make a dash for the exit and disappear faster than you can say, "Oopsie." I'm not so clear on the details of what happened next, but what I do know is that Louise and Kelvin got engaged the very next day. At a glance, you might be forgiven for thinking Louise is marrying him for the money, what with him being the CEO's son and all. But in reality, the drinking party was actually a farewell send-off for Kelvin, who got demoted and transferred to another branch after being found to be abusing his managerial position by taking bribes at work. Meaning any hopes he had of becoming CEO were dashed against the rocks in a heartbeat in magnificent and hilarious fashion. I suspect his dad, the CEO, would rather have fired him, but the president's son being fired for accepting bribes would have been a PR disaster. So he opted to demote him to an irrelevant position at a rural company branch instead. Word has it that he took a major salary hit, which means the luxury lifestyle Vicky dreamed of will remain but a dream. The reality of her mistakes must have bared down on her heavily when she realized she was set to spend the rest of her life in financial austerity with a stalking weirdo in a small house built in the middle of nowhere. May, are you there? I want to know just what the heck you think you're doing, huh? I mean, really, what is the matter with you? How could you do this to your own sister? How could you sleep with your own sister's husband? What in the world drove you to do that?
I was wondering when you were finally going to come to try and scold me like the old hag you are. But you can cry all you want. To me, it just sounds like the sobs of a sore loser.
A sore loser? You can't be serious, right? How dare you call me that? You realize you're in the wrong here, don't you?
Says you. Things seem to be going pretty well from where I'm standing. After all, Brian works for such a huge company and earns so much. Not to mention he's incredibly handsome. He was way too good for a fat, ugly nobody like you. Clearly, Brian deserves to be with someone more on his level. Someone like me. I guess you could say that him and I were destined to be together.
What are you talking about? Are you seriously trying to tell me that your soulmate was my husband?
Actually, that reminds me. are you just reaching out to me because you finally got the divorce papers from Brian? Or because you heard that we were going to the courthouse to register ourselves as husband and wife?
It was the divorce papers, if you must know, and when I couldn't get a hold of Brian, I knew that I had to call you to get to the bottom of this.
Well, at least you know the truth. Brian and I are getting hitched! Isn't that amazing?
I still can't believe that you're doing this. It's just horrible. How can you even live with yourself doing this to your own sister?
Oh, please! Can't you just accept that this is over and done with? Anyways, hurry up and send off those divorce papers so we can get married! Thank you, sis! Hey there, Trish! How have you been? Can you believe it's been 5 whole years since we've last talked? What have you been up to lately? Are you still fat, ugly, and single?
Wait, is that really you, May? Wow. I was wondering when you were finally going to reach out to me again. But I should have known that you've barely even changed even after all this time.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
You know exactly what it means. Now why are you messaging me? What do you want?
Whatever, I can let mean comments from a loser like you slide. Actually, I have some big news that I need to share with you. So, I guess we can just say that I'm being nice enough to ignore the snide remark that you made.
I don't really care what you do about that comment at this point. Just tell me what you're messaging me about.
So you really just want me to get straight to the point? No small talk or catching up after all this time?
May, do you have something you want to talk to me about or not? Because if not, then I don't see the point in carrying on like this.
You really are no fun, you know that? Fine. If you must know, next week I'm going to be coming home with my daughter!
Oh, wait, you're going to be coming with your daughter? I didn't even know that you had any children.
Well, I do. And that means that I gave our parents their very first grandchild. So, what do you think of that?
Well, how old is this daughter of yours?
She's 2 years old, if you must know.
2 years old? Is that really right?
Of course it is. You think I don't know how old my daughter is? Anyways, the reason that I'm coming home is because Brian and I got a divorce and I don't have anywhere else to go now. So, I'm coming back home.
Oh no, you mean that you two got a divorce? I thought that you were soulmates.
Can you believe it? I thought that we were soulmates too. That damn Brian quit his big fancy job and then took something that paid way less. He said some dumb thing about wanting to follow his dreams, and I know that that wasn't going to work out between us.
Hold on a second. So you're telling me that you went to the trouble of stealing your own sister's husband and then ended it all over a career change?
Sure, he might not have just become unemployed, but he took a job that paid so much less than what he used to get. I had no choice but to leave him, don't you see?
And now you want to come crawling back home because you have nowhere else to go?
I mean, that's a pretty nasty way of putting it, but the meaning is basically there.
And you really think that you can just disappear from all of our lives for 5 years and then just show up like nothing happened?
I think that when Mom and Dad see their favorite daughter come home with their first grandchild, that they might give me a break.
Well, we'll just see about that, won't we?
I suppose we will. Or rather, we would, but I have other plans. Namely, you're taking up too much space at Mom and Dad's house, and all you're going to do is get in the way of me. So, I need you out.
Sorry, you're trying to kick me out of the house. Do I understand that right?
Of course. What use even is there of keeping around some divorced old hag like you, huh? Nobody needs or wants you. Why do you think Brian left you when he realized that your sister was far superior to you, huh? I don't even know what he saw in you to begin with.
I really don't think that you know what you're talking about right now at all.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Do you know something that I don't?
You could say that. For example, you aren't the one giving Mom and Dad their first grandchild.
What are you talking about? How is my daughter not their first grandchild?
Well, that would be because they already have a 4-year-old grandson, I'm afraid. In fact, they have 4 other grandchildren in addition to him.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you have 5 children? But that can't be right. I mean, you're such a fat, ugly cow. Who in the world would want to have kids with you?
Sorry, I guess I should have made that clear. It isn't that all 5 of the kids are my children.
What are you talking about them? Did you take in some strays off the street or something? Is this supposed to be some kind of plan to get Mom and Dad to like you more than they like me?
No, it's nothing like that, but as you know, we have a 3rd sister, right? Well, a few years ago, she married someone she was going to college with, and they started spitting out kids like nothing.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that Paula got married? Well, how many of the kids are hers then?
That's right. She got married, and her husband have 3 kids between the 2 of them now. Of course, she's the youngest of us, and we were all worried since she got pregnant her first year of college. But she stayed with her boyfriend, who's been really very supportive and responsible. As for me, I have a 2-year-old daughter and an 8-month-old son, so altogether our parents already have 5 grandchildren.
But, I mean, she's the youngest. But she gave our parents their first grandchildren. You have to be lying to me. I refuse to believe that you're telling me the truth. And how do you have 2 kids already? You're supposed to be alone forever.
You are right that some men in this world would hold having gotten divorced against a woman, but there are plenty of understanding men out there as well. Besides, it isn't like I've just been some shut-in ever since the last time we talked. For example, I still have my same job that I did when you fled.
But I don't get it. This wasn't how things were supposed to go.
Anyways, I feel like we've gotten a little bit off topic. But what were you saying about wanting to move back in with your daughter?
That's right. Even though I might not be bringing home Mom and Dad's first grandchild, I'm still their favorite daughter, and I know they'll love to have me come home. So, before I get there, I need you to move out of the house and make room for me. I don't care if you're there with your husband and kids. I want you all out.
But I don't even live with Mom and Dad anymore.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Yeah, a few months ago we were moving out of there, and now we're all gone from the house.
But that means that if you're gone, then I should just be able to move in without any issues, right?
I just really don't know if there would still even be a room left for you there, though.
What do you mean? If you and your family have all moved out, then there's got to be plenty of space for me there.
Do you even know where Mom and Dad's house is?
Of course I do! You really think that I don't have their address? Did you really think I was going to let something like that stop me from what I was doing? Thanks for telling me that you're gone. You've made this whole thing so much easier for me. Finally, tomorrow I can go home. Trish, are you there? What's going on? I don't understand. Where's the house? Why isn't the house where it's supposed to be? It's just a flat, empty lot now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mom and Dad were doing their best to stay there and keep the house. But in the end, they decided that it would just be easier to sell the whole thing and downsize.
So you're telling me that Mom and Dad sold their house and moved away?
That's right. Although I don't really know about how much they sold it for or who they sold it to, but I guess whoever owns the property now had some reason to get rid of the house. But then again, it was getting quite old, and I don't even know how safe it was to be inside.
But what about Mom and Dad? Well, where are they living now? What did they do after they moved?
Well, I told you about how a few months ago my husband and I were getting ready to move out, right?
That's right. You told me that you were all getting ready to move out of their house, but where did Mom and Dad go after that?
I guess I should have been more clear. It wasn't just my family that was doing that. Mom and Dad moved out then as well. They applied for a waiting list at a retirement home and have been renting an apartment until an opening comes along.
You mean that Mom and Dad are going to try and move into a retirement home?
I mean, they aren't exactly spring chickens anymore, you know? So they're in a pretty small space for the time being so that they can save up their money for when they move into the home. That's why I said that I really don't think that there would even be a room for you if you did move there.
But surely they must have some room for me. I mean, I'm their prettiest and favorite daughter, right?
I really think that you're the only one who thinks of yourself in that way. Because I'm pretty sure that our parents actually all love us equally.
No, that can't be true. How could you say something so awful?
I mean, if anything, you're now their least favorite after how you stole my husband from me. In fact, you should know that they told me if you ever show up in our lives again trying to ask for help, that they would have no problem turning you down right away.
But then, where am I supposed to go? Trish, are you there? I really need you right now. It's just terrible.
What is it this time, May? What could you possibly want from me now?
Are you really living in Brian's parents' house? What is going on? I want answers right now.
What are you talking about? I seriously have no idea what you're going on about.
I mean that after I learned about Mom and Dad's plans to move into a retirement home, I didn't have anywhere else to go. So then I tried going back to Brian's parents' place to try and patch things up with him. We were renting an apartment together before, but I know that he canceled the lease after we got divorced. So I thought that he might have gone back to live with his parents for the time being, but then when I got to his parents' house, I saw that your car was parked in their parking lot. Also, it wasn't even their house that was there anymore. Their house had been demolished and replaced with this really amazing-looking mansion?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I guess that means that you were that sad-looking lady with her daughter that I saw staring from my window.
How dare you call me that? Just tell me what's going on right this instant. I want answers.
Right. I guess maybe I should have explained this to you the last time we talked. But the man that I got married to after you ran away was actually Brian's cousin.
Wait, what? You married Brian's cousin? But hold on. Isn't Brian's cousin that genius entrepreneur who was on the cover of all those finance magazines?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I think that he has had a couple of interviews and photo shoots and stuff like that.
But then that still doesn't explain how Brian's cousin ended up owning Brian's parents' house. How did that happen?
Well, that happened about 5 years ago, actually, not long after you and Brian ran off with each other. Brian's mom was so shocked by what her son had done that she actually had to be hospitalized.
Wait, really? Are you serious about that?
Yep, I'm very serious about it. But I guess that you two were so caught up with what you were doing that you never heard about that happening. But anyways, Brian's parents just wanted a new start and got out of that house as soon as possible. So their nephew offered to buy their land for a good price so that they could get out right away. It wasn't long after that that we bumped into each other while running. Sparks flew, and the rest is history, pretty much. He demolished the house, and we built up a new one, and here we are.
But if his cousin bought the house from his parents, then what happened to Brian? I was sure that he would have gone back to live with his parents.
Actually, now that you say that, Brian stopped by here just a couple of days ago.
Hold on. Brian was here just a couple of days ago?
Yeah, that's right. He, like you, thought that his parents' house would still be here waiting for him. But the only person who was home then was his cousin, who explained to him what happened. Of course, he didn't give Brian his parents' new address. After Brian realized he wasn't going to get anywhere with his cousin, he just wandered off dejectedly.
Well, it would have been good to know all of this before I came all the way here.
I guess so. It's not really my problem either way. If you want to try and get back together with Brian, that is completely up to you. Either way, I want you to leave me out of it and stay away from my house. My husband and I don't want anything to do with you or whatever you're scheming.
But I don't have anywhere to go. You know that.
Well, don't think that you can come to me asking for help, because I have nothing to say to you at all. Got it?
But you're my sister. You can't do this to me. Please, you have to help me. We're supposed to be there for each other at times like these, right?
Oh, please. When were you ever there for me? You literally disappeared from all of our lives for 5 years, and now you think you're entitled to our help? You have some nerve even thinking that that's an option for you. Just leave me alone.
Trish, please don't do this to me! You're all I have left.
You lost me a long time ago, May. Now just go away and leave me alone forever. After that, May ran up to my front door and started ringing the doorbell over and over again. She never stopped until I finally called the police on her and they told her to get off my property. After that, I never ever saw her again. Although according to some friends of friends who were still connected to my sister, she ended up moving in with some old friend, but she could never find Brian or anyone else to marry for that matter. I even heard that she ended up giving up her child for adoption since she could no longer take care of her. I never mentioned this to May, but Brian's parents actually ended up paying me off so that I wouldn't pursue their son for his infidelity. Not only that, but both May and Brian's parents ended up cutting them out of their wills. Although, I guess they have no way of knowing any of that now. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.